In your 40s, life doesn't just move faster, it moves deeper. Everything feels more significant. The stakes are higher. The time feels more valuable. And that means love, connection, and even solitude begin to feel different. In your 20s, chasing love felt like an adventure. In your 30s, maybe it became more goal-oriented. But in your 40s, the real question becomes, who am I becoming while I pursue love? And is it even a pursuit anymore? Welcome to the Stoic Guide, a space where ancient wisdom meets modern life. A place where men in their late 30s and 40s find real tools for emotional mastery, mental strength, and relationship clarity. If you are here, you are probably tired of surface-level dating advice. You don't want tactics. You want principles. You want depth. You want a new way of showing up in love that reflects your inner growth. And that's exactly what Stoicism offers. Because Stoicism doesn't teach you how to get someone. It teaches you how to get back to yourself. And in doing that, the right relationships naturally begin to form. Let's dive deep into what it means to stop chasing love in your 40s and what to do instead. Let's begin with a simple truth. Chasing love is an act of lack. Think about it. When you chase someone, it means you believe they have something you don't. Something you need. Approval. Security. Meaning. But when you operate from that space, you give away your power. And the Stoics knew that the moment your peace depends on someone else's behavior, you are no longer free. That's why Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. You don't control whether someone loves you back. But you control the clarity with which you love. You control your standards, your energy, your boundaries. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Thomas, 47 years old, divorced, 3 years single. He built a strong career, financially stable, took care of his health. On paper, he was a catch. But he kept attracting women who were inconsistent, emotionally unavailable. And every time someone pulled away, he worked harder to win them over. Gifts, vacations, long talks, reassurance. One day, his therapist asked him, "What part of you feels like you need to be earned?" It shook him. That's when he found Stoicism. He started journaling, meditating, practicing detachment. And the more he focused on mastering himself, the less he felt the need to prove his worth to others. Eventually, a woman came along who was grounded, clear, open. And for the first time, he didn't feel the urge to chase. Because he finally felt whole. That's the Stoic approach. The 3 pillars of Stoic relationships in your 40s. Let's expand deeply on each. Detachment is not coldness, it's emotional maturity. When you stop chasing, people often think you are aloof or disconnected. That's not true. Detachment is about not losing yourself when emotions arise. Example, you meet someone new. There's chemistry. You are excited. Instead of spiraling into fantasy, you observe. You stay present. You don't rush into expectations. You appreciate the moment, but you are not ruled by it. Stoic detachment is about being the calm in the storm. It's about asking, if this doesn't work out, will I still be at peace? If the answer is yes, you are moving from strength. If the answer is no, you are outsourcing your value. Presence is magnetic. In your 40s you don't attract through performance. You attract through presence. Have you ever been on a date where someone was trying so hard to impress, you couldn't connect? Now flip it. Have you ever sat across someone so comfortable in their own skin, their silence was soothing? That's presence. That's Stoicism in action. You don't need the best lines. You need clarity. A sense of grounded self. Speak less. Listen more. Let your energy speak. Give without needing a return. Stoic love is generous but not needy. It's clean. It's not built on transactions. You show up as your full self. You give your time, your attention, your care freely. But you also stay aligned with your standards. If someone can't reciprocate, you walk away with grace. Not in bitterness. In self-respect. You are not here to convince someone of your worth. You are here to express it. And the right people won't need convincing. Daily practices for the Stoic man in his 40s. Let's get very practical now. These are habits that, over time, rewire your mindset and energy. Morning reflection. Spend 10 minutes each morning asking, what is within my control today? What am I attached to that I can let go of? How can I lead with strength instead of need? Evening journaling. At night, write down, where did I stay grounded today? Where did I overextend myself? What lesson did the day teach me about love, patience, or detachment? Weekly solitude practice. Spend 1 hour alone each week. No phone. No distractions. Just walk. Breathe. Think. In solitude, clarity is born. Stories that stick. Let's go back to Aaron. One night, a woman he had been dating for 6 weeks said she needed space. Old Aaron would have panicked. But this time, he said, take the space you need. I'll be here if it's meant to continue. And he went about his day. He went to the gym. He read. He spent time with his kids. He didn't check his phone obsessively. 2 days later, she messaged, I've never met a man so secure. It made me realize I was afraid of something good. That's the Stoic response. Not silence as a punishment, but silence as a container for growth. What to do instead of chasing? Lead yourself. Build your own structure. Train your mind. Strengthen your body. Speak your truth. If something doesn't align, say it calmly. Don't suppress to keep the peace. Choose peace over people pleasing. You don't need to be understood by everyone. You need to understand yourself. Attract through clarity. Know what you stand for. Know your non-negotiables. Let love come to you. Be so rooted in purpose and growth that relationships become additions, not goals. Closing reflection. In your 40s you don't need more people. You need more depth, more meaning, more alignment, and love. Real love doesn't arrive when you chase it. It arrives when you become the kind of man who no longer needs it to feel whole. You are not here to be chosen. You are here to choose yourself daily and let others rise to meet you. That's Stoic power. That's real masculinity. You've been listening to the Stoic Guide. If this brought you clarity, strength, or just a new way of thinking, subscribe. We go deeper every week. Until then, lead yourself. Hold your peace. And walk with quiet strength.